Hi everyone. Today we are going to see a demo of Azure AI Foundry, and I'm going to show you a couple of the features that we have in the Agent SDK, and we'll also talk about the full end-to-end lifecycle with AI evaluation, red teaming, how do we connect to MCP server using the responses AI, and then we have this concept called connected agents. Connected agents is multi-agent orchestration. So that's and we'll also see that also, and we can also do cleanups. So let's assume, the AI Foundry, not to assume, but the AI Foundry agent, the project resource itself is an end-to-end lifecycle management. So we have a code interpreter agent, which I have written Python code, and this UI is just for testing and showing like how it is going to work. And you can see if I click that, it starts executing, and you can see in the console that it is providing us some errors, and it is walking us through each and everything. And I will actually delete the agent. So this is a code interpreter agent which can actually write code for us. And then next comes the evaluation agents. Evaluation is very important for Gen AI applications. This might take a little time. So we have two type of evaluation. One is the generative AI, the model generation itself, and there is various KPIs that I'm going to show you guys how it is going to get done. And then there is also this agent evaluation, which is like agentic based, what we can do. So let's run this first. So once you hit the AI evaluation, the evaluation itself, if you look at it, let me go show you. This is the Foundry UI, and this is one of the previous evaluation that I've done. So it's easy for me to explain to you by showing rather than talking. So the way what we have done is like we have split the evaluation into this AI quality, run safety, and AI quality NLP. The one is AI assisted, which means we use the model to figure out, and the AI quality NLP is the regular NLP generic metrics that we do, and risk and safety is our responsible AI metrics. All of these are put together, consider the deployment responsible AI metrics. I'm going to go just double check and see whether okay, it's still it's running. Let it run, and we can actually have this. You can see the window that is going to show you. This is the debug console that's going to run through a bunch of this. It is going to take some time, and we will look at like each one of them. If you look at this, you have the coherence, relevance, groundness, fluency, retrieval. It seems like I'm having some issues with the retrieval, and then I can see the similarities. And most of them are like percentage wise. It passed all of this, and then you can go after like like violations, safety, and things like that, which is like self-harm, sexual hate, indirect attacks. You also have like jailbreaks are available in here, and then you can have indirect attacks, intrusions, and information protection, and all those things. These are all by definition, Microsoft has it baked in as a service. So that's why you are seeing like this KPI used to be just for violence, self-harm, sexual, and hate and unfairness. We have added the indirect attack. These are all the jailbreak attacks and manipulated attacks, intrusions, and all these have been added very recently, which is all allows us to make it any Gen AI application, agentic or non-agentic, to go to production in a very safe manner. And these are regular the AI quality one, which are basically your blue score, glue score, and meteor score. These are like the industry standard NLP type, that gives you an indication of like how much it is, how well the accuracy of the system is performing, right? And then you can see the data in here. I have custom data in here which I'm using it for a construction, that I have some RFPs that is what I'm using. And the logs are also reported in here as well. Now this is amazing. This is just one part of the puzzle. Let's see where the agent is. It errored out somewhere. Actually, it finished it. um, so you can see, let's go back to, so if I refresh, Oh, actually, it is 29. Sorry. Um, it usually takes like few minutes to populate the results and everything. Let's load this. Okay, so you can see the 29, the one that we ran. Before we do this, let's go back here. Now I'm going to do the agent evaluation. This is like, if you have like bunch of agent like the code interpreter or the AI search agents, you can actually run through agent evaluation as well. I can show you the agent evaluation and old sample, which is this one. If you look at this, the agent eval code first approach will do tool accuracy, intent resolution, and task otherness. This is also some fake data that I created, and you can actually see the data in here. Um, when it shows up, here we go. It usually uses the conversation type style, and the logs are available as well. Now, while the evaluation is going on, let's look at some of our what happened today. So this is what we created just now, and this is where Foundry becomes very interesting and useful. Is like we are running everything locally. Like that's what you're seeing in here. This is run in my local laptop, but all the all the stuff that is done, so it's actually it has completed it. All the logs and everything, you can keep it in local, no problem. But local will get filled, and that's it. You will at one point of time you have to clean up, and then local means only the person who's using it can see it. How would you make it enterprise ready? It's like you have to log it somewhere in a common place, so we can go back and audit and do all those things. So that's what this did. It ran the evaluation locally, and then it pushed all the results into here, to the AI Foundry. So the compute is being done locally. So you can see the same thing, how much it passed. It only passed like 2 out of 3, 2 out of 3, 2 out of 3. So I definitely have to take a look at something is wrong. And it also gives me the NLP scores that we were talking about like before. This has to be part of your ongoing evaluation as part of the development itself. So just to make sure that the model is performing very good. The next one is going to be, we can look at like the agent evaluation we ran. This is the output of agent evaluation. Concept is the same. You run the evaluation local, but store it in a common place that we can go back and look at it. And here you go. You can see all the AI assisted tool accuracy, intent, and the task awareness are all showing up here. So this is, and the data is also available here. So this is what we meant to do. It's not only that, there is also a tracing capability in here. If you look at this tracing capability, you will see like the executions that we can run. Like this is all that got run today, and it's actually putting it up and logging it, so we can go back and look at it. What happened? These are individual, but you can also combine that to an within an agent as well. So the task was done. It deleted the agent. Very good. Now the evaluation part is completed. Now let's go look at this testing. This is the red teaming part, which is the cybersecurity focused. So if you want to test the tool against harmful attacks like Crescendo or ASCII or ROT13 and binary and things like that, you can actually invoke the red teaming, which actually we have built few models on it that can actually help as well. But more towards like this testing will go back and test the model and give you we can set up strategies. Like we have like about 13 categories of attack strategy, and it goes across like self harm, hate, and violent content, and sexual content. And this 13 I mean, as of now it is 13. This 13 categories can evaluate against all those the 13 attacks can be categorized with those whole 4 categories. And then you can do it in multiple loops. Like you can say like do it like 5 times, 3 times, 2 times. So it will do 13 times 4, and then if it is 2 attempts, it will say times 2, right? So that's how it will go. Let this start. You will see again it is starting. The UI is designed to just to show you each functionality that can be written in custom code integrated into your own environment, and then you're using the tools as needed. And if I go here, you will see it started to work. These are the risk category: violence, hate, and unfair sexual and self-harm. And then it'll go after attacks. I have only defined like two attacks here, because otherwise, if you do all the 13 attacks, it takes a long time to to process it. And you can either have a choice to use a local model if you want, or you can also use, like I'm using the GPT-4 models. And that's not the end of the world. You can also use the local host, and you can actually download our AI local Foundry, and you can use a local SDK. The only problem is the models that you're running local will be very limited in what it can do. Keep that in mind. Now, in a question like this is going to take a little time, so I'm going to show you what existing that we had, which I've been playing around with. If I come here to the AI red teaming, this is where you're going to see, okay, it says started, which is good. You're going to see these three things. One is the basic. There are three type of attacks I'm doing. One is basic, intermediate, and advanced. Both of them, three of them have complexity on what it can be done. And it goes across these four categories. And here is your attack complexity. The data is available. You will see, like, we use a model to generate data, and we try to attack and give you information. And you can also provide us with feedbacks if you like. This is the first one. And the second one is going to be the intermediate one. The intermediate one is also, you can do your own callback function to figure out what scenarios you need to test against what model and things like that. And then it also shows up here like 0 out of 5 attacks, 0%, 0%, 0%. This means all good. Green is always good. um, and then you also will have end up seeing like advanced. Let me show you. So advanced is the one that takes a little bit more time, because it goes through in that loop that I was talking to you about. How many attack strategy and how many categories that it is going to go through. And all the data is logged in here, and for you guys to see it. And it will also log the outputs and everything else, the scorecard and things like that. The scorecard can be downloaded and displayed wherever you want. Now, this is also very interesting and very good, because we can now make the red teaming as part of the development effort. Not only as part of the development effort, we can also make it as an CI/CD. So when the agent ops or Gen AI ops is going on, we can actually make it in such a way that this is a part of the deployment as well. Whatever I'm showing you is all code based. If you're looking at like where the code is all sitting in here. And all of these are created as modular functions, and you can call it from anywhere you want. That's what I'm doing. I'm calling it from an app. I'm leveraging most all the agents that I'm showing you are all made in Azure AI Foundry Agent SDK. And then I'm using the next MCP. Once you will see, I'm going to use Azure OpenAI SDK with responses API with MCP support. Now, this is going to take a little time, because it usually that's what it does. As you're doing that, we can also tag into the tracing. Tracing is an amazing way of seeing, like, okay, how and what the attack is happening. So you can see it is recording everything that it is going to go through. Uh, it's OTAL based tracing, which means it logs in here, and you can also see the logs in. You can also push this to Azure Monitor or any OTAL compliant ones, and you can actually watch it. You do have monitoring capability, which you can see how much the resources are used. And you also have an application analytics. This is also available right now. It's nothing, because I'm not using the platform much enough. You can see it here, because this is where we are just running the tokens. So you can see all the how many tokens and how much resources I've been using it. And then if you come to this agent, this is where you should be able to see the code agents. Okay, so I deleted the code agent, but I can show you the yeah, there is the stock price. Okay, There is a stock price agent. It just gives you the stock price from its own memory. And then I have the AI search agent. This actually pulls out the memory from what I have it as a knowledge base. Um, and then we have an send email, and this is the connected agent. I'll show you guys later how we are doing this. The ones that I'm running right now are not showing because I keep deleting it. Technically, you don't have to delete it, but the way it is, this one is going to work is like you're going to create the agent on one side, and then that is the creation part of it. It's a two-step process, and then you have to consume the agent from the other side. What does that mean is like I'll show you a function that I've written here. You can go back and consume. Okay, this is the load existing agent. So I'm saying like, okay, here is my default project connection string. That's the only thing that is needed. And then I'm going to get the asset ID of a project that I need. This asset ID of the projects is literally available. If you go back here, you see this ID, you can just copy it. Now, this is a disconnected process, yes. So what we have to do is we have to take this and then create a thread, because the AI agent SDK follows the very close to the OpenAI Assistance beta. You can create a new thread, and then you can pass the query, and then you can execute on it. So you are reusing the. This is how you're going to use the agent in a regular application. So there is a team that is going to build the agent and put it in here, and then they can consume it from here. Is the idea behind that. So that is what the agent is about, and it's the scanning is still going on. This might take some a lot more time. Let me check. So yeah, as you can see, it has done the base. I think the basic testing for red teaming is done. Okay. Now I believe it is to the intermediate is working on. Actually, intermediate is also done. Okay, I think the intermediate is also done. The advanced is getting to go now. So you're going to see the advanced version of it. So let's wait for a few seconds. The idea is for me to show you that, okay, it's got started. Idea is I wanted to show you that the execution itself, this is by any means, it's not a pre-canned demo. And I'm a big fan of this vibe coding. So I've been using this Copilot chat, GitHub Copilot, and asking questions, and it has been writing answers for me. This is like excellent for us because it's a wonderful tool that I can rely on. Most of this code have been written using the vibe coding, which makes it easier for me, including the UI and things like that. So I rely on this. So as you can see, it completed here. So this is what we call the red teaming. Now, I'm only showing you a small piece of it. You will probably have to bring in your cyber team, cybersecurity team, and if you have a red team folks, then bring them in, and they can actually do the testing and give us feedbacks. And based on that, we can adjust the Gen AI prompts, and we can also adjust the code to do whatever we wanted to do, and all the data are available here. So this is very, very, very crucial when you wanted to start building enterprise application, because not everything lives in a single end user's laptop, and that's not how the enterprises work, right? So you need a place where you can actually store and go back to it. That's the beauty of it. So I hope you can understand that, and it's done. Don't worry about this error because I need to work on some of the JSON parsings. That's why it's not really an error. The second one now we are going to look into is the MCP integration. So this one I really like about it because this is very new added. I'm using the responses API, so I can go to Microsoft Learn site and I can say like, tell me about AI services, and it'll start literally going to the Microsoft Learns MCP, and it'll come back and it'll tell you like, it'll give me the content from there. This is also very, very, very interesting and cool because now I can actually integrate it with real-time data sets. And I can, this is my one of my favorite. I can say, show me the latest top 5 models in the last week, right? And Hugging Face is growing like crazy. It is becoming very hard, at least on my point of view, to go back and check and see which models are available where. Boom, it went and it picked up the model. It even gives me the date of 20. It's somebody's been uploading today actually. So you can see in real time, it is going after it and it is coming back. They also have a GitHub integration into it. You can also try with that as well. So that's the MCP part of it. This is the next part of it. The agent cleanup is just the agent deletion. I'm not going to do it because then I will lose everything that I in the screen. But I'm going to show you connected agents. So I'm going to say like, okay, these are two different agent with an orchestration in it using the code. As of right now, doing this, the connected agent only supports file search and code interpreter. So, or the base agent without any tools. These are the three that it supports. So like for example, if you want to do like brainstorming and content creation and marketing, like type analysis, like for creating a new product or doing focus groups and things like that, these agents are very well, extremely useful. So as soon as I hit that, I'll also show you the code. You will start seeing like it'll go, where it's going to take a few seconds for us to show up, and it'll go back and it'll do its thing. It'll create. So these are all the output for me to verify. That's why I just do that as well. So connected agent, let's go look at so one of them. If I go in here in the agents, if I look at a regular agent, there's going to be a difference. The regular agent, like a stock price agent, if you look at this, it's only a single agent, and you can do knowledge, you can do tools, actions. So, for example, this is my Logic App agent, which means I have a tool called Send Mail, which is and Logic App, and this one is connected to GPT 4.1. So, if I want the content to be generated from GPT 4.1 and send an email, it will work. You can also connect to a knowledge store. I do have a knowledge store. Let me see if I can show you. This is my construction index, my custom owned data set, and you can actually connect here. And then now you can ask for anything in that construction RFP content, and then send an email. Right, construction RFP is the most cumbersome, so that's what I'm using. But we can use any RFP. That could be IT, manufacturing, healthcare, finance, doesn't matter. And then you can also use the UI and do try playground. We are also using it here as well. So you can see it actually went and created the agent, the threads, and everything like that, and it performed. Let's make sure that we finished it. And it came back and give you an answer for you. So this is what the connected agent is all about. It basically goes and runs through it, and I'll show you an output in the connection agent here. If you come in connected multi-agent, you will see there is a connected agent concept where I'm adding like the stock price and the sustainability white paper agent. The sustainable white paper agent is basically, it has information about sustainability, and it's a file search agent. The stock price is just a generic default model that does not use Bing rounding either. It just talks from the base model's output itself. And you can see all the outputs are being logged in, and you can see the console output as well. So as real it can be is what I'm trying to show you. Next one is going to be, so we saw the production, we saw the MCP servers. There is also, I showed you the monitoring capability, I showed you the tracing capability. All are available in this particular one tool, so you can manage your lifecycle management. That's the idea behind that. Um, the the other one that I would like to show you is, like, there is also something called guardrails. You can actually put this as our content safety filter. You can also connect it to governance with Purview and few other partners, and you can create alerts as well. Those are all available in this particular AI Foundry project. Now let's look at this. I wanted to show you something that I've been working on, which is super cool. This is the MCP. I'm trying to use the MCP and create an audio application. So let's see if this works. Okay. Show me top 5 courses for AI learning path for beginners. So what I'm working on is, like, I'm trying to use the new audio application, and I'm trying to see how we can do the audio first UI. In this case, I'm using the MCP servers to get the content. It makes it easier for me. It's all open source content, so no problem. So what I'm doing is, like, I instead of me interacting in a website and navigating and or typing in and ask question typing in to ask the question, I'm looking at and saying, like, okay, how can I do
Here
this
are the top
without.
5 Microsoft Learn courses, learning paths, modules for a beginner AI learning path. 1. AI Fluency. Explore AI basics. Level Beginner. Description. Discover foundational concepts and a brief history of AI. Learn what AI is, its applications, and how it impacts everyday life. Start this course. In parentheses to learn Microsoft.com/training/modules/explore AI basics. 2. Introduction to AI in Azure. Level Beginner. Description. Introduces core AI concepts and services in.
So you can see, like, I mean, the next generation UI, I mean, for me to test and debug, I wanted to make sure that it's transcribing correctly, and I also wanted to see how the content is getting generated and you're seeing the audio response. This is all done through code. This is what this code is about. That's what you're seeing in there. I hope you guys all like this demo. Give me a feedback and give me a shout out if you like it, and have a wonderful day.